Motivation is only for people who are not yet committed to their goal. A lot of people in this world today have everything, but yet they feel empty, and so they try to do more. Stress is never a person, a thing, or an event. If we are emotionally in control, we know the right foods to choose. We know how much to eat. We know when to stop. We know when to sleep. We know how we feel when we wake up in the morning. We know and we are mindful that the body needs exercise and we don't skimp on it. But when we're emotionally chaotic, we eat the wrong foods because we want to feel better. We think sugar makes us feel better. It does, at a neuroexciter level. It doesn't take away your sadness. It doesn't take away your pain. It doesn't take away your anger, your resentment, your guilt. It gives you temporary happiness like a drug for a short period of time. How much are you going to take? How much more sugar are you going to eat to solve a problem that sugar can never solve or quick fixes can never solve? The human mind is powerful beyond measure. There's a reason why people try to learn manifestation. Manifestation's also become a huge fad. A huge fad because people do it the wrong way. The problem is not with manifestation. So when you're emotionally down, can you be productive? Can you be creative? Absolutely not. So you are going to make wrong decisions with the previous 3 verticals I just spoke about. So if I'm going to start today with a body goal, I first have to get my mind set. Otherwise I'll start and I'll give up. Then people come and say, I want to be motivated, Luke. Motivation is only for people who are not yet committed to their goal. I'll say that again. Motivation is only for people who are not committed to their goal. What you want to be is inspired. Motivation has a shelf life. How many of us can watch 10 motivational videos on YouTube and feel great for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and the next day we're searching for more motivational videos? Why? You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment to your goal. You have a goal and you have a result that you want to achieve. Between the goal and the result is a process. Are you willing to commit to that process? No matter what it is, a better relationship, a better body, healing from a disease, a spiritual path that you want to take, are you willing to commit to the process? Otherwise, it just remains a goal and a desired result. It doesn't change. For that, you need emotional stability. And when I say emotional stability, it doesn't mean you're not going to go through ups and downs and heartache and breakups and, experience all the negative 7 deadly sins that exist in the world and every human being. Of course you are. But you're emotionally strong to identify and respond rather than react. Everyone in this room is going through ups and downs right now. Everyone, whether you want to build a facade around it or not, everyone's gone through pain. If not, you will go through pain. When I say pain, I don't mean physical pain. It could be any kind of pain because suffering is part of everyone's life, whether you like it or not. There's a whole population of people trying to escape suffering. You can't. Suffering is a part of life. Embrace it. The moment you embrace it, it becomes easier to manage. Whoever told you you should suppress sadness, depression, grief? These are emotions that you're meant to feel, not disguise. Oh, I'm sad today. Let me go and drink away my sorrows. You've not solved the problem. Have the drink, but do the work. Feel the feeling. Exhaust the feeling out of you. When someone dies in your family, a loved one, today most people don't have time to grieve. And then they have an incomplete process of grieving, and over the next months and next years, they never went through grieving, acceptance that my father or my mother or my brother or my sister is no more. Cry, feel the feeling, be with the family, whatever. Exhaust the feeling and move back into your life. Of course, you'll be sad whenever you think of the loss, but you've exhausted the feeling. The same way we want to exhaust only happiness. We want instant gratification. We want to exhaust everything that makes us only feel good. And after a while, you still feel empty. Why? You can't exhaust any energy, positive or negative. You have to go through. A lot of people in this world today have everything, but yet they feel empty. And so they try to do more, to find that feeling, fill that void. but they never find it because they don't have to do more. They have to connect within and find out and start appreciating what they already have. Putting energy and attention on what really matters. One side has happiness, one side has sadness. Where you choose to put all your attention is exactly how you're going to feel. Exactly. Why not embrace both? Why are you trying to escape sadness? Do you think you're entitled not to go through a breakup? Do you think you're entitled to someone not cheating on you? It can be your intention and your wish, but you're not entitled to that. You're not entitled to that. No human being is entitled. And because we build expectations and entitlements, we create our own emotional distress. How could I get cancer? Why not? Why not? What makes you, oh, I worked out, I did this. Cancer is not about you working out and eating well. It's a multifactorial disease that connects way deeper than just that. Why not? It's happened. We can wish it never happened. But now, move to action. What do I need to do? That brings me to anxiety. The biggest problem in today's generation, I'm anxious. Why are you seeing anxiety as a negative thing? Anxiety is a beautiful survival mechanism. If your body didn't give you an anxiety feeling, how would you react? How would you respond? How would you take action? So you have to see anxiety as a warning. Now, if you do nothing about that, you become a slave to anxiety. But if you move to action, okay, Luke, okay, there's something going wrong. 5 of your patients were given the wrong chemotherapy drug. Okay, anxiety, of course. There's a possibility of loss of life right now. Immediately, I can say, oh no, what's going to happen? Am I going to be sued? What's going to happen to my team? What's going to happen to the patient's family? But anxiety has given me the indicator. Now move to action. What can I do? What can I do? Get the doctors, check the vitals of the patients. Can we flush out? Move to action. Everyone in this room has the ability to move to action, even in the most dreadful cases. Let me give you an example. I spoke about this at a corporate event a couple of weeks ago. And a young boy called me up and he said, Luke, you said move to action at any point in your life. Now tell me what to do. My father has 6 hours left to live. He's on his deathbed. What do I do? I said, get your family. You have 6 hours. Give your father the best farewell that you could ever do. Because there is nothing else to do. You can cry later. You can grieve later. But right now, what can you do? And he sent me pictures. They had balloons around his bed and it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw. Action. If you don't move to action, you remain a victim, in victim mode. People in victim mode are stuck. The only thing to get out of victim mode is action. Even the smallest little action, whether it's asking for help or whether it's enough is enough. There are 2 powerful words when it comes to stress before we end this vertical. Today everyone is like, I'm so stressed. It's become like society talk. Oh, I'm stressed, I need a drink. It's okay. But be careful what you speak. Every word you speak becomes a seed that you plant in your subconscious mind. What is stress? When you understand this today, I only want you to reflect on everything that is not going well in your life. Stress is never a person, a thing, or an event. Stress is the way you relate to a person, a thing, or an event. Remember this. Remember this. If you're in a relationship right now where your partner is the biggest stressor, it's the way you relate to your partner. Yes, your partner may be toxic, but it's the way you relate. Unless you can change the way you relate, you will never, ever dissolve stress. I can put 10 potential problems right now. Everyone in the room will react differently. Some of you will see it as stress. Some of you will see it as challenge. Some of you will be, it's no big deal. It's the way you relate to it. It's the way you relate to it. So today, anything that stresses you out, okay, don't focus on the problem. Don't focus on the person, the thing, or the event. Focus on how can I change the way I relate to this. That is the simplicity of stress. There are 2 powerful words that I want to leave you with. No matter how many problems you have, you may have, or you don't have. They're easy words to say, difficult to practice, but not impossible. Acceptance and letting go. When you can master acceptance and letting go, which also involves, what's the difficult part? Sometimes you got to dissolve the ego. Sometimes you have to say, I'm wrong. Sometimes you got to say, I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to say, like, I was lost. Only when you dissolve the ego, acceptance. Think of all your problems right now. If you tag each of your problems with either acceptance or letting go, is it a problem anymore? People come and say, Luke, I'm stuck in a toxic relationship. I say, yeah, so it's toxic. Can you leave? No, I have a kid. Okay, fine. Can you accept your partner? Then good, you can continue living in that relationship, because by accepting your partner, their behavior no longer troubles you. If not, you got to let go. That's the truth. There is no midway between let go and acceptance. There is no midway. It's either acceptance or letting go. You can start the process to build towards acceptance or build towards letting go, but you got to make a choice at some point. You can take your time to make that choice, but you got to make a choice. Acceptance or letting go. It's such a beautiful thing. When you accept that, okay, this is how it's going to be, you start to flow with life. People think the more I meditate, the more I flow. No, absolutely not. The more you meditate, the more clarity you have. The more mindfulness you have to decide what you should accept and what you should let go. So when you break down emotional health, of course, some people need medication because they have genuine imbalances in their dopamine, their serotonin, and all of that stuff. I'm not talking about that. Everyone else, the answer is within you. It's within you. But we're scared to look within, because what's the story that's going to come out? Shit, Luke, you really are an angry person. Oh, Luke, you really have a big ego. Oh, Luke, really, you actually displayed envy over there. Oh, Luke, yeah, you looked lustfully at that person. The truth's going to come out, and you don't want to accept that. That's not me, because we're all wearing a facade to be someone in public. You've got to break that down. Break that down slowly. That's your evolution. Tools like meditation, everything else are powerful to help you. But the person who comes and says, Luke, I'm trying to meditate away my problems, I say, stop right there, because you are failing. Meditation doesn't solve your problems. Chanting doesn't solve your problems. More yoga, more nutritious food doesn't solve your problems. You got to do the self-work. You got to be honest. Everyone in this room, including myself, we have a perfect truth and we have a perfect lie within us. Most of us are aware of what our perfect truth and our perfect lie is. If you're willing to work with that, okay, you start to evolve. It's difficult. It's not easy. If your perfect truth is something that challenges you, the facade that you've built to show everyone, or your partner or society, it's going to be very difficult to overcome that, but not impossible. Not impossible.